Father, you mentioned Leo the 14th. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of news on him coming out every day. He kind of seems to be taking a different approach than Francis. But do you think, Father, overall, that he's kind of continuing his predecessor's path of ecumenism that you mentioned? Do you think he's
I do.
continuing that?
I do. He's very much along the line of the Bishop of Rome, the Bishop of Rome, the Bishop of Rome, like John Paul II before him, like Francis before him. He he's very much thematic on the line of the Bishop of Rome. That's him. Who he is. That's his role. Well, the Pope is the Bishop of Rome. We know that, but there has been an effort over time, certainly with Francis, to squelch that, to minimize that. He even had the title of Vicar of Christ struck, right, crossed out from his list of titles. Francis did. So this is the move, and it's a move toward ecumenism. It's all a move toward ecumenism. John Paul II took a survey back in his day about what the non-Catholic Christian churches found irksome about Catholicism. And of course, the papacy, the real papacy, was one of them. And Francis then followed up on that. And what they've been doing is basically dismantling the papacy, deforming the papacy. And they're trying to concoct sort of recreate a papacy which fits into an ecumenical landscape of Christian religions, where the Bishop of Rome is first among equals, like the Orthodox say. In other words, he has an order of a certain dignity, but he has no real authority. He's equal in the area of authority, and in honor, he perhaps comes first, right? Like he has a certain place in the procession, but it doesn't afford him any more or less authority than the community gives him. The idea is to try to push the idea that the papacy is an ecclesiastical or a human construct, a historical development, that it was not established by Christ, and that Christ did not endow Peter with the authority of a pastor. This is totally antithetical to Catholicism and the Catholic concept of the papacy. Totally. You take that away, you destroy Catholicism. But that's what they're taking away. And Leo is himself engaged in that process right now.
Wow. Okay. All right.
In fact, the WM Review, I think, had an article recently. It was their articles are well written. They're very thoughtful, not vitriolic, not combative, not polemical, but very much statement of the facts. And I think that's kind of a general appeal, actually. And I certainly appreciate that. It was the fact that Leo is basically continuing this Bishop of Rome drumbeat of John Paul II and Francis. And the direction it's going in is an ecumenical, well, you can't even call it papacy because it's not the papacy that we as Catholics believe in and know that Christ established. It's an artificial construct of ecumenism, of the modernists.